Happy holidays, my friends, and welcome back to the Hungry AF podcast. I'm your host, Jen Fast. Today's episode is a cozy December check-in. What's making this holiday season feel calm instead of chaotic? The stress-free dinner systems that are saving my sanity, a quick recap of our holiday mini-series, and a sneak peek at what's coming in January, without the detox drama. If you're listening while you're wrapping gifts, driving to yet another holiday thing, or standing in your kitchen staring into the fridge like it personally betrayed you, this one's for you. For the first time in my adult life, December feels peaceful, like actually cozy. And I'm not saying that in a perfectly curated holiday movie way, I mean real life. Still busy, still messy, still a million little logistics, but not overwhelming. This is my first holiday season after leaving my corporate job, and I finally have the time to make the holidays what my family deserves, and to take care of myself too. And I didn't realize how much I needed that until I had it. Because for years, December felt like a sprint where I was constantly behind. Behind at work, behind at home, behind on sleep, behind on food, behind on everything. So this year we're keeping it simple. We're not overcomplicating things, and I'm feeling something I haven't felt in years: contentment and gratitude. And if you're listening and thinking, cool, must be nice, I get it. But I want you to know, the calm isn't coming from having a magical life. It's coming from a handful of small decisions and systems that make food easier instead of harder. Also, all links I mentioned today are in the show notes, so you don't need to pull over and write anything down. I want to add a little real-life December here, because I think sometimes when we talk about holiday calm, it can sound like candles, matching pajamas, and everyone smiling while a roast chicken magically cooks itself. That is not what's happening over here. Real-life December looks like someone needed something for school that they definitely mentioned weeks ago. They did not. The calendar is a game of Tetris. The kitchen is somehow dirty again 5 minutes after you cleaned it. You're doing the mental math of, if I start dinner now, we eat at 6:30. But if I wait, everyone becomes feral. And for me, the biggest shift this year isn't that December got less busy. It's that I'm not trying to win December anymore. I'm not trying to do it all perfectly. I'm not trying to prove anything. Let's talk about the old December pattern. In my corporate years, December was basically run hard all day, white-knuckle the evening, realize you forgot something, fix it late at night, repeat. And food was always the first thing to go. Not because I didn't care, because I cared too much. Because when you're stressed, food becomes this weird combination of one more decision, one more thing to be good at, one more place you can feel like you're failing. So I'd either skip meals and then feel awful later, or eat random snacky things and never feel satisfied, or hit the screw it button and then feel guilty. And I know I'm not the only one. What does the new December pattern look like? This year, the calm is coming from defaults. Defaults are basically pre-made decisions. They're the opposite of standing in front of the fridge negotiating with yourself like, okay, I should eat something healthy, but I'm tired, but I don't want to ruin my progress, but it's the holidays, but I'm hungry, but I don't want to cook, but that loop is exhausting. So here are a few of my real-life December defaults that are making a difference. Default number 1, protein early, not perfect. If I get protein in early in the day, breakfast, lunch, even a mid-afternoon snack, my entire day goes better. Not because I'm a robot, because my blood sugar is steadier, my cravings are calmer, and I'm not walking into dinner feeling like I could eat a wreath. So the goal is not perfect macros. The goal is fed enough to make sane choices. Default number 2, one pot of something in the fridge. If there is one pot of something, soup, chili, shredded chicken, taco meat, my week is easier. Because then dinner can be bowl plus toppings, leftovers plus salad, protein plus wrap, protein plus scrambled eggs. It's not glamorous, but it's functional. And functional is the vibe in December. Default number 3, a good enough holiday plate strategy. This is the mindset I'm using at holiday meals. Start with protein. Add the sides you actually care about. Have the dessert you truly want. Not the dessert you ate because it was there. The one you'd be sad if you missed. And if you're thinking, Jen, that sounds restrictive, I want you to hear me. This is not about restriction. This is about intention. Because when you eat everything mindlessly, it doesn't feel like joy. It feels like static. But when you choose the things that matter, it actually feels festive. Default number 4, I don't do makeup for it workouts or punishment days. This is big. I'm not doing the January thing in December where you're like, I'll just be bad now and then I'll punish myself later. That's how you end up hating the holidays and hating January. Instead, I'm aiming for normal meals most days, holiday meals when they happen, and a quick return to routine without drama. The emotional part, letting it be enough. And here's the part I didn't expect. When you stop trying to win December, you can actually feel it. You can taste the food. You can enjoy the moment. You can be present. And if you're in a season where December is hard, financially, emotionally, physically, please know I see you. You don't have to do December perfectly. You just have to get through it with care. Okay, that's the real-life December intermission. Now let's get into the systems. Last week, I shared some of my favorite tiny traditions and high-protein tweaks that still feel festive. Here's the big idea, and honestly, it's the whole Hungry AF philosophy in one sentence. Keep the tradition, tweak the ingredients, not the meaning. Because the meaning is the point. The nostalgia is the point. My grandma always made it this way. Energy is the point. And if you've ever tried to healthify something and it comes out tasting like sadness and compromise, you know what happens next. You decide you failed, you get annoyed, and then you're like, forget it, I'm just going to eat whatever. So instead of trying to overhaul everything, we keep the foods that matter, and we make small substitutions that don't mess with taste or texture. Here's what this means in real life. When I say tweak the ingredients, I'm not talking about turning holiday food into diet food. I'm talking about keeping the same dish, but shifting the protein to carb ratio so you're not starving an hour later. Keeping the same flavors, but choosing ingredients that support steadier energy. Keeping the same tradition, but giving yourself a little more flexibility so you can enjoy it without the mental spiral. Next, why is protein the holiday cheat code? Let's do a tiny bit of food science, because you know I can't help myself. Protein is the holiday cheat code because it helps. Slow digestion and blunt blood sugar spikes. Increase satiety, aka you feel full and satisfied. Reduce the snack spiral that happens when you're underfed and overstimulated. And here's the part people miss. Protein doesn't mean you don't eat the fun stuff. It means you build a foundation so you can enjoy the fun stuff without feeling like your body is on a roller coaster. Moving on to the emotional side, aka the part that actually matters. Food traditions are emotional. They're memory. They're identity. This is how we do things. So if you've ever felt like you're trying to change your eating habits and it feels like you're betraying your family history or like you're losing something, please hear me. You can keep the meaning. You're not required to keep every single ingredient exactly the same forever. You can evolve the recipe and still honor the tradition. If you want the full post with specific tips and examples, it's on the site. Holiday Kitchen Joy. Tiny traditions and high-protein party tips that still feel festive. Link is in the show notes. Okay, let's talk about what's actually kept December manageable. Simple, strategic systems. Not willpower. Not starting over Monday. Systems. Because December is not the month to rely on motivation. December is the month to build guardrails. Here's System 1, batch cooking and leftover magic. We've been making big batches of soups and chili in the crock pot early in the week. And I want to be clear, I'm not doing this because I'm a perfect meal prep person. I'm doing this because I'm trying to protect future me. Future me is tired. Future me has decisions to make. Future me is one small inconvenience away from eating cheese directly out of the bag. So when I batch cook something protein forward, warm, and comforting, I'm basically creating a safety net. Why this works. When you have a high protein option ready to go, you're less likely to hit that 4 p.m. crash. You're less likely to snack your way into dinner. You're less likely to feel like you need to start over tomorrow. And leftovers become lunch, and honestly, sometimes they become snacks. Because a bowl of chili at 3 p.m. is a lot more stabilizing than a handful of crackers and vibes. Then there's the second kind of leftover magic, repurposing the main protein from holiday meals. This is one of my favorite keep it simple strategies because it feels like you're getting a bonus meal with almost no effort. Examples: mini turkey sliders after Thanksgiving, ham fried rice after Christmas, prime rib sandwiches after New Year's, and here's the key, you don't need a recipe. You need a plan. Protein plus bread, whole grains or wrap, plus something crunchy, plus something tangy. Super easy. Moving on to System 2, simple rules of thumb. These 3 rules are doing a lot of heavy lifting for me. Keep it healthier during the week so you can enjoy the big holiday meals without the mental gymnastics. Focus on lean protein as the anchor. Takeout is fine. Just choose wisely so you don't have regrets. Let's unpack those. Rule 1, I call healthier during the week. This isn't about being good. It's about creating a buffer. If you know you have a big holiday meal coming up, you can keep your weekday meals simple and protein forward so you're not walking into the holiday meal starving and emotionally fragile. Because that's when things go sideways. Rule 2 is lean protein as the anchor. If you're overwhelmed, start here. Ask yourself, what's the protein? If you can answer that, you can build the rest of the meal around it. And if you can't answer that, you're probably about to eat something that won't keep you full. Rule 3 is takeout is fine. December is the month where life says, surprise, you have no time. So if takeout keeps you from melting down, great. Just aim for protein-forward choices. Grilled proteins, bowls with double protein, salads with real protein, not just decorative chicken, bunless burgers, soups with meat or beans, and you don't need to make it perfect. You just want no regrets takeout. Moving on to System 3, Mindset Reframe. Holidays are not the time for diets and also not the time for chaos. I'll say that again. Holidays are not the time for diets. Enjoy your food, especially the recipes that are traditional or nostalgic for you, guilt-free. But also, you don't have to sabotage your progress by going completely feral in December. And I say that with love, because I've done it. And I've watched so many people do it. It's that I already ate one cookie, so now it's a cookie apocalypse mindset. What we're aiming for instead is big picture thinking, strategic enjoyment, and a little bit of structure so you feel good in your body. If you want more systems like this, I walk through my go-to holiday survival strategies in a post called High Protein Holiday Survival Systems. Link is in the show notes. Over the last few weeks, we've covered a lot of ground together in the Hungry AF community. Here's the quick recap. How to manage blood sugar, energy, and cravings at holiday meals with protein without skipping pie. High-protein holiday comfort food swaps that actually taste good. My origin story, how I rewrote my holiday food story with science and mindset. Tiny traditions and finding joy in the kitchen again. And if you're thinking, okay, cool, but what do I do with that? Here's how I'd use this mini-series. Pick one meal this week where you add a protein anchor, pick one tradition you love, and tweak one ingredient. Just one. Pick one system that reduces decisions. Batch cook, leftovers, or a takeout default. That's it. No overhaul, no perfection. Just small moves that compound. If you want to binge the whole series or share it with someone who needs it, links are in the show notes. Now January. Here's what I'm not doing. A detox. A crash diet. A back on the wagon guilt spiral. Because the wagon is fake. Life is not a straight line. And if your plan only works when life is calm and you have unlimited time, it's not a plan. It's a fantasy. What we are doing instead, we're doing a gentle, intentional, science-backed reset that feels like real life. That means comfort food, macros that make sense, systems that don't fall apart the second life gets busy. And I want to say something important here. A reset doesn't have to be punishment. A reset can be care. A reset can be, let's make the next choice a little easier. A reset can be, let's stop negotiating with ourselves at every meal. To support that, I'm thrilled to announce that the Hungry AF High Protein Playbook is ready to launch on January 1st. This is the done-for-you roadmap you've been asking for. Here's what's inside. 52 high-protein recipes spanning every meal of the day, so you're not repeating the same 3 meals forever. Dietitian and nutritionist-guided macro balance to support high-protein eating in real life. Designed to help you stay full longer, stabilize energy, and reduce, what do I eat now? Decision fatigue. Clear, easy-to-follow instructions so you can cook even on low-spoon busy days. Printable and digital-friendly format so you can use it on your phone, tablet, or at the kitchen counter. And here's the best part. If you're on the wait list or part of the Hungry AF members table, you'll get first access and discount pricing before anyone else. If you want first dibs and the best pricing, join the wait list. Link is in the show notes. I built this because the hardest part of eating in a way that supports your goals is not motivation. It's the constant decision-making. It's the what do I eat now loop. It's the mental load. So the playbook is designed to remove friction, to give you a default, to make the next choice easier, and to keep you feeling fed, steady, and satisfied without turning your life into a full-time macro spreadsheet. Before you go, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite tiny tradition? Or what's your go-to December dinner that keeps you fed without making you hate your life? Send me a reply to the newsletter or message me. Your story might inspire someone else. And yes, I do read every single one. Also, if you're listening and you're in a season where the holidays feel heavy, financially, emotionally, physically, please know you're not alone. You don't have to do December perfectly. You just have to get through it with care. Thanks for being here with me in this cozy, peaceful December. If this episode helped, share it with a friend who's trying to enjoy the holidays without feeling like they have to start over in January. And if you want first access and launch pricing for the Hungry AF High Protein Playbook, the waitlist link is in the show notes. All right, go drink some water, eat something with protein, and I'll see you next week. I'm Jen Fast, and this is Hungry AF. Until next time, stay hungry.